Hello, everyone. This is Enzo Eigen in the Alliance for Loki, and we're in Season 17, and this is the Ex Magica nodes, and this has absolutely been my favorite tactic ever. I feel like a lot of people really don't like it, but I love it. And so Ex Magica, the real quick synopsis is if you have an attacker with the tactic, you can put on prowesses by parrying or hitting to their blocks. The defensive tactic basically gets you an indestructible every 20 seconds, and then if you dex or evade, it also puts it indestructible. Every prowess on the attacker gained through the parry or block nullifies an indestructible passive. And so that's sort of the quick version of it. I like it I feel like it's so much fun. I think it's such an interesting tactic and it's making me use lots of champions. So let's take a look at my deck and then I'll describe my tactic for you. So if we filter my deck, you can see I have a lot of attackers. So if you look at the gray, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attackers. And my strategy starts on the bans. So when I ban, I go intentionally to try to ban the attack tactic champions of my opponent, and even more specifically, the mutant ones, because I'm trying to really get my tactic defenders who are skilled in play without a good counter. And so I have plenty of attack tactics just because I know I'm going to ban 3 of them, so I'm going to lose 3, and I want to make sure I have plenty of them. So that's what I do for my bans. And then, so the attack tactic is mostly magic and mutant. There's a few other ones, Void. I'm trying to think who else is there. Maybe that's it. Is Void the only different class? Probably some other one. And then on defense, you can see the same thing. I've really loaded up my deck with lots of defenders, mostly the cosmic and skill. But again, my goal is to pick 3 defenders from the tactic in my deck because they're very hard to counter with an attack tactic. So my goal is trying to limit their attackers with the tactic and make sure I have plenty of defenders with the tactic. The other champions in my deck, I brought in all my rank 3s, Hulk, Chavez, Bullseye, Onslaught, all these powerful champions, Hyperion. Hyperion's always down far because I think of his rating. And then a few other champions, Red Skull, Ebony Maw, Future Ant-Man, just to give some balance to my deck, give some counters to potentially difficult matchups. My favorite type of champions are like Kate Bishop right here. See if I can point the right direction. There it is. So she is a defense tactic, but also really good on attack too. So she gives me that double flexibility. Like Havoc's another great one too. Like often I bring in Havoc and people are worried about him because he can be a really good defender as well as he's the attack tactic. Been using him a lot and I absolutely love him. So you understand my strategy now. Let's take a look at some of my past matches and we can sort of understand them. So I've done pretty well lately. We've got a lot of wins, a few losses here and there, and trying to move up. My ultimate goal would be to get up to Celestial. I've never done that before. I've been Mysterium 1 a few times, but never Celestial. So let's take a look at this last match. So this last match is a very good example. Let's just look at the ban. So again, you can see I banned 3 tactic attackers, Domino, Sunspot, and Wolf. He sort of bans just good defenders and one of my tactic attackers. And you can see from my draw, so my always goal is to get 3 and 3. So I have Void and Havoc. And those I only had 2 this time. No, and Bishop. So I had 3 tactic attackers. And then I had 3 defenders. What's his name? I'm kind of spacing. It's Killmonger, Nick Fury, and Kate Bishop. So this is my ideal scenario is to get this. But look at his draw. So he has only 2 Ex Magica in this, and that's Bishop and Thing, attacker and defender. And you can see what happens in this. So first round, I give him Killmonger. And normally Archangel, super great counter, but with the defense tactic, no. It does not work that well. I think sometimes you can pull it off, but all it takes is 1 dex, and that is it. And you can see my Havoc does really well against Thing. Thing is a nasty defender with the tactic, but with Havoc, again, you can cancel out the tactic, and then it's just sort of a normal fight. So that went well. Round 2, this is where my strategy is difficult sometimes, is because Photon's a really good defender. I probably could have used a different champion. Maybe Void would have been better, but I chose Bishop. That went terrible, and so I got crushed. And this time he did have an attack tactic. He only has one, so he used it against Nick Fury. So fine. I mean, I definitely accept that loss, and through poor playing and poor strategy. But round 3, so I was lucky to get Oakland as sort of like my wild card. So of my 6 champions, I always have one wild card who doesn't have to be tactic for this method to work. And I did have Oakland, perfect counter for his Warlock. But more importantly, you see Kate Bishop, a defense tactic. You know, she holds off, I'm pretty sure this is a rank 3. Yes, this is a rank 3 Titania. Holds off a rank 3 Titania and allows me to win. So that was a pretty close match. That could have gone either way very easily. But let's look at like the previous 2 matches. And so in this match here, again, let's take a look at my bans. Banning 3 attack tactics. He bans 3 of my nasty defenders. But the thing about this is any defense tactic is a nasty defender. So this is a good example of my draw. So I have Wiccan, Havoc as only my 2 attack tactics, but then I have 3 Kingpin, Nick, and Thing as tactic defenders. So I got the 2-3 split here, which is not bad. But then looking at his deck, so he has Wiccan and Kushala and no tactic defenders, and that's it. And so interesting to see how this plays out. So as I said in my strategy, I have my rank 3s in my deck. So here's a good case. I can just use my Hulk, my rank 3 Hulk, to just basically, it's an even match against Shuri. None of us really have anything special on our nodes. And he goes with Cosmic Ghost Rider, who is only a tactic defender, not offense, against my tactic defender Nick. And you can see Nick does a great job of holding him off and getting me the victory. In round 2, again, this is a very interesting round because I used my Ebony Ball against his Maestro. With Fate Seal, you can take Maestro pretty well because of that. There's a little extra note in this as the Fate Seal in the defense tactics. Here we had the tactic attacker Kushala against my Thing. Again, it's like not a bad matchup, but Thing is a good defender anyway. So even in a matchup where you have the tactic, you still have to go against Thing, which is never easy. And so I pulled that one out. And now let's just look at one more win, and then we'll look at a loss. Actually, I really like fighting Baba Yaga. We fight a lot, I feel like. So I'm always going against him. So let's take a look. So again, banning 3 defense tactics, all mutant. That's my ideal. And you can see my deck. I have Serpent, Kate, and Nick, and Thing. So I actually have an extra defense tactic. That's okay because like Kate is good offense or defense, and so I don't mind having her in it. And then you can see what he has. Again, he bans some of my better defenders, and we cancel out another attack tactic with Domino. So that's the thing. That's why I want to stack my deck with so many attack tactics, is because, you know, I ban 3 and maybe 1 or 2 get banned from me. So I need to have a lot just to make the strategy work. He has 2 attack defensive tactics, Kingpin. Oh, actually he has 3. Killmonger, Kate, and Thing. But you see he has no attack tactics. And that makes a big difference. So my first match is against Killmonger. Again, Havoc. Love playing Havoc. Havoc just absolutely destroys him. He has to go against Nick Fury. Well, Kate is defense tactic. She's not attack tactic. And so again, really, really difficult fight. Just because, especially Nick Fury, because you have to dex so much with him, gaining indestructibles all the time. Really difficult to counter without attack tactic. And then round 2, I thought this was a really interesting match. Again, like Kate, great 2-way champion. So he puts out a Tuma, and then I bring in Kate. So, you know, again, I can use her in attack just fine. She's a great attacker. And he has to go against Serpent. And Titania is usually a very good counter for Serpent. Actually, I feel like she did reasonably well, but I managed to pull out the victory here. So yeah, of course, you know, everything doesn't line up perfectly all the time, but it seems to work. I like this strategy. Let's take a look at this loss here and see what happens. Revisit the painful loss. And so I had Serpent. No, it's not Serpent. That's Shuri. Thing and Kingpin as defense tactic, and attack tactic I had Kushala, Emma, Sunspot. Okay, and over on his side he has defense tactic CGR, Bullseye, and Nick, and 1 attack tactic in Longshot. Okay, so what happened here? Let's get rid of these. So round 1, love Emma Frost against Bullseye. So much fun. So much fun. And again, that thing defense tactic, so powerful. So he definitely struggled against him with his Hercules. So great victory. Round 2. Okay, so I had his rank 3 Mangog, and I went with my sort of wild card, my rank 3 Onslaught. I did not play well. And he used his Shocker, rank 3 Shocker against my defense tactic Kingpin. The thing about defense tactics is if you play really well, you can counter them. So basically you can't dex and you just have to parry to get the indestructible off. So you can fight with normal champions, and this is a case where his normal champion absolutely devastated my tactic. Round 3, I feel like I made a huge mistake. Let's see. No, this was not a huge mistake. This was a good classic, just who's the better player. And so I had a perfect matchup. I have Sunspot versus Nick Fury, tactic and defense. So good counter. And then he had a tactic, long shot against my Cersei. Again, perfect combination. And so, yeah, it was just whoever could play the best. And he did beat me. So well done, Adrian. I mean, such a fun match. And so disappointed. I remember there was one time where Nick Fury was just taking a little too long to throw a special. And I was like, please. I thought I would, if he hadn't done that, I might have gotten a couple of extra seconds to push me to victory. But anyway, as I said, I've been loving this meta. I think it's really fun. And I just find it's interesting. Like, you can see the champions you're using. I mean, I know it's sort of very specific champions, but champions like Storm Pyramid X, I've used her so much and I like using her a lot. And so, yeah, very interesting. And we will keep on playing. We have 8 days, 10 hours and 14 minutes left. Hopefully we can get to Celestial. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful. And let me know in the comments what you think about this meta. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.